Hi everybody, my name is Eva and I work for Raw Material Company in Dakar, Senegal, an organization that is about to start a whole new chapter of its life in 10 days because we are opening a school. So, here it is, Raw Material Company. The name refers to the exploitation of the African continent, but it is also a way to point out that the raw material that should be urgently exploited today is the artistic talent. And it has to be exploited by the Senegalese, the African people themselves, before others make profit out of it. Well, what is Rao as a place? It is a former family house turned into an art center in 2011. And, oh, sorry, I forgot something. Rao also means pioneer in Wolof. And Wolof is the main spoken language in Senegal, as you may know. Well, so what have we done since 2011? 5 years of intensive programming, of international collaboration, the publication of 10 books, and also a lot of, well, sorry, I forgot something. What is Raw as a place? It is an exhibition space. It is also offices, and it is a library. And it is also apartments and studios, and occasionally it is a restaurant. So now, that was my point. What we did. So we did a lot of exhibition. We did two symposia. This was one. We did numerous talks and lecture. We did over 30 residencies. We hosted artists, curators, writers, politicians, chefs, filmmakers, architects, and we did these exhibitions, more than, I think, 20 exhibitions in 5 years, in Senegal as well, in foreign countries. And one of our first concern was, and still is, to give room and acknowledgement to Senegalese art history and to its major figures, like Ibrahima Kebe, like Issa Samb. We published the first monograph on Samb's work. And Rao is a place that has always wanted to reflect on its own way of operating. What does it mean to be an independent, young institution based in Dakar today? That's why the place was conceived as an experimental site for the discussion of the role of art in society. And in 2012, the part Raw could play in this discussion became more organic and obvious with the election crisis that happened the year before. You have certainly heard of the Y'en a marre movement. Y'en a marre means fed up. And Y'en a marre was a group of Senegalese rappers and journalists created to protest ineffective government and to urge young people to register on the electoral roll. And Yanama helped ousting President Wade, even if the activists claim no affiliation with current Senegal president or with any political party. And we did this exhibition at Row of photographs. And we also did a book of photographs and essays, both entitled Chronicle of a Revolt, Photographs of a Season of Protests. And it was 20 photographers who presented their story of this process of intense social and political struggle. And this was rewarding. The exhibition was like a big success with many, many visitors, and it traveled to Europe. And the book was also a big success in Dakar, and it really triggered dialogues, and it drew a new attention to the place. So we kept going down this road in 2013, 2014, with a challenging season dedicated to sexualities, to same-sex relationships, to queerness, to its history in Senegal and more broadly in Africa, to its disruptions through religious phases and colonial times, to its pains and its evolution. And this was an incredibly intense time for us, and it also triggers a lot of conversation in the local community as well as globally. So here we were in 2015 when we decided to take a sabbatical year to reflect on what has been done and how to reinvent ourselves. And we developed the academy, the school. So we reopened our place during the last Dakar Biennial, and we opened this place, and this is our new building for the school. So here is what will happen. The school is totally free of charge. The people who will take part into each session, there are 2 3-month sessions each year. We'll have a very small fee, but a lot of help and advice to develop a personal project. And the Academy really aims at challenging both the faculty and the fellows. I mean, there is a lead faculty that is chosen for each session by us, and this lead faculty has no instruction or restriction and is totally free of the content of its session and of its own thematic of research during its time in Dakar, and this lead faculty can choose the other members of the faculty. So another thing is that when we worked on this school, we tried to be really aware of our own mindset as a jury when it came to choose the people who will take part in the session. Asking ourselves, for instance, what do we consider the right way to write a biography, the right way to present a project? And we really chose beautiful applications through an international open call that don't necessarily, submit to the calibrated standards of the global art world. So here are these first session faculty. The session is led by Rasha Salti, who has invited those people. And these are the fellows for the first session. And they are journalists, artists, art historians, young curators, translators. So I think I'm running out of time. What I want to say is that I really think the academy is a great experiment in itself, but it is also a form, an answer to the question of how to deal with the superpowers of the traditional instances of legitimation. And we really hope it will create new forms of circulation for artists, art historians, art critics, and curators. So here is our team in Dakar, so please visit us, and you can already follow us on the internet.
It seems like you are dealing with many issues that may not be exactly celebrated by maybe the government or the larger population. I'm curious what pressures you've come under and how severe they've been.
Pressures?
From the government or from sort of like the religious people or just...
Yeah, yeah. First it was okay. I mean, with the Chronicle of a Revolt, it was okay. When we did the
sex thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, but I'm really proud of this one because I managed to gather in a same room during like 4 hours an imam, a priest, activists, and everybody was just, it was okay. So I think you can really do that, and it's okay. What happened is an article from the newspaper, the French newspaper Le Monde, written by a French journalist. And this article was really like, you know, raw materials, they are so cool. They are doing a kind of gay pride in Dakar. Wow, that's great. And after, because the article was circulating in Dakar because it was the biennial, and this was really bad. And after that, we had some issues, yes. Some little issues like people throw stones on our place, things like that. We had to close the place, but my point...
Well, how long were you closed?
Sorry?
You had to close the place?
Yeah, we had to close the place during like 15 days.
15 days, wow.
Yeah, just because...
Thank you, media.
Yeah. We wanted to be sure that nothing bad will happen, and as you see, we are like 6 women, so... and
Sorry, how many people are involved?
Sorry?
How many people are involved?
6.
6?
We are 6, yeah. Yeah, we are a very small team.
That's incredible. Thank you very much.
So,
That's amazing.
So I don't really fear government. I more fear, like, yes, this kind of misunderstanding that irritates people. I think we can do things with the government, and I think it will be the case with the academy. They are changing their mind about us.
Thank you. That was great. Thank you.
Thank you.